There were a handful of teachers when I went to public schools, 1st through 8th grade, who changed my life. You were one of them. And you know, my mom will tell you that to this day. I had another teacher named Ms. Kinney at Rellis in 6th grade. She died a couple of years ago, but she lit a fire under my feet. And she actually helped me achieve things that I didn't know I was capable of doing. And those were great public school teachers who shaped my life. I wouldn't be here today without you. And what I want to do is to make sure that the students in our public schools are able to get every bit the same education as also the students that graduate from where I went to high school at St. X. Now, part of what's happened, I'll give you one narrative here in Ohio. Let's take Cincinnati. Cincinnati public schools during the COVID pandemic were closed for nearly a year and a half, while St. X was closed for just 5 days. So many of the policies perpetuated by even many of the politicians who claim to care about public schools are very much hurting the kids who go through those public schools. The question is, what am I going to do? What I hope to do is to bring back in a positive way the idea of standards for our students in public schools. We had something in Ohio that used to be called the 3rd grade reading guarantee. I'm going to bring it back. Basically says that if you're medically capable and you can't read by the end of 3rd grade, you're not going to 4th grade until you can. Not to be cruel, but that's actually true compassion, because that's the point in a child's life where they make that transition from learning to read to reading to learn. And if they never make that transition, their chance of achieving success in life falls like a rock off a cliff. You taught us how to read. We knew how to read in 1st grade. In your classroom, I remember we were doing it. Well, we want every kid to at least be able to do that by 3rd grade. We want numeracy by 8th grade, civic education in high school. I want every high school senior who graduates from an Ohio public high school to have to pass the same civics test that every legal immigrant has to pass before the immigrant becomes a voting citizen. We should expect the same of our own high school seniors to know something about their country, to be proud of our country. So the number one thing, if I do it, is to bring positive standards back, to allow the best teachers like you to not only be rewarded, but rewarded so much that it actually attracts young people back into the teaching profession, where otherwise we're facing a shortage. And to me, that's the real answer. And so you have certain people of a certain political persuasion that might talk a lot about educational inequality while creating the conditions for perpetuating that inequality. What I hope to do is actually to walk the walk and deliver what really matters, high-quality standards in our public schools, and that includes high-quality rewards for great teachers like yourself who are really shaping and inspiring the next generation. Thank you for coming, Ms. Hendel. It's good to see you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.